pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation, under God,
indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all. Funkytown, won't you take me to
What's up, Staples? We have a great show for you today. I'm Gavin.
And I'm Alexa.
We have pieces on cell phones,
Boys hockey,
school start times,
and too much protein.
but first, good morning, Staples. On our first piece today of Good Morning Staples, we have, whoa, Alexa, you shouldn't be texting in school.
Willow has a story.
Studies show that in the 21st century, teens are abusing their access to technology. The Staples staff have a very clear opinion on the matter.
I believe that it is a very complicated order, in such that I do believe that technology via phones, computers, television, whatever, can be most beneficial if it's not abused.
I definitely see phones as a distraction. And last year they were so distracting that I gave up one weekend, made a random piece of poster board, and assigned each kid to a slot. And they had to start putting their phones on there. And it was a quick way for me to tell who had turned over their phone or not. And that eventually led to me getting the pockets in the back of the room. I did that because it was so distracting and rude. And a lot of times I felt like students were harming their educational opportunities.
Ms. Solzicki believes taking phones away in the beginning of class will result in more focused students in classroom environments, so it doesn't take away from education. Students agree with this.
I think it helps when teachers take phones because the students are more focused.
They're probably distracting, especially if you're getting a lot of text and stuff, but like sometimes they're useful because the whole world is on your phone. Like yesterday, I was in class when the London terrorist attacks happened. I was able to find that instantly and figure out all the news, and everyone in the class all of a sudden started talking about it. So I think in that way it can be educational, but that stuff doesn't happen all the time, so it's probably safer than not to.
Overall, Staples students and faculty believe that taking away phones in class is the most beneficial option. For Good Morning Staples, I'm Willow Woods.
Oh, Gavin, that has way too much protein.
Too much protein? Matt has the story.
A new market has emerged and has grown in popularity, particularly for athletes. Yes, I am talking about protein. Protein is found for being in natural foods can be found in the forms of powder, pills, or pre-made shakes and bars. There are also many different kinds of protein, ranging from whey, casein, and creatine. And there are still many more. We asked Staples students and coaches what their thoughts were on the products.
Protein supplements.
I do. I think they it can mess you up if you take too much or take the wrong things. But I usually just stick to protein bars.
Good stuff. What is your name?
Gabe.
Do you take any protein supplements?
Yes, I do.
Do you think they produce any results?
Yes, they do for me.
Do you think there's any consequence to taking too much protein supplements?
Yes.
Take any kind of protein shake or protein bar?
I eat protein bars.
Do you think they produce results?
Sure, yeah.
Do you think there's a consequence to taking too many protein bars or protein shakes?
I guess.
What is your name?
Seth Summerfield.
Do you take protein supplements?
Yes, sometimes.
Do you think there's a consequence to taking too much protein supplements?
No, there's never enough.
We asked the coach of the football team at Staples, Coach P, and the boys varsity basketball coach, Divine. They had interesting views on the topic. Do you think protein supplements or protein shakes are good for the human body?
Yeah, I think they have a place in the human body. There's no doubt. I think it's all the rave. Kids want to eat healthy. Protein won't hurt you. If it's all natural and organic, I think you're fine.
Do you think they produce results the kids want?
Yeah, I think absolutely they do. But you've got to be rigorous about it. You can't kind of be half and half about it.
You got to put in the results to get results. Do you think the cafeteria should sell protein shakes to kids?
Sure, why not? I think they'd make a heck of a lot of money. I think kids would be really into that. I believe that.
Thank you, Coach. The protein industry has become very popular and still continues to grow. We might even start to see protein shakes in our own school cafeteria. However, we don't know the cost of having too much protein. For now, just keep to one shake a day. I'm Almansi from GMS.
I have a question for you. Here's what you said. Yes, men and women are equal because the alleged pay gaps are largely misunderstood and women can hold any job. No, because women are over-sexualized in the media while men are not. Yes, because women have the same official rights as men do. No, because of the wage gap. No, because men make the decisions about women's bodies and take away women's autonomy. Or, yes, because legislative efforts have ensured gender equality. No, because gender inequality is prevalent in business and politics. Yes, women and men are equal because there is equal opportunity, but employers may subconsciously choose men over women, which only time can heal. No, because of the difference in perceived competence of men and women. No, because women are favored in divorce proceedings and dealing with child custody. No, because masculinity is seen as more favorable than femininity. No, men and women aren't equal because women still need to be warned to not go outside in the dark alone. And no, because women experience much more victim blaming than men do. No, men and women aren't equal because women have different social responsibilities that manifest as inequality. Gender equality means something different to everyone. What can you contribute to the conversation? Outside of the cafeteria, the Women in History class at Staples has set up our own gallery of conscience. Feel free to jot your opinion down on a post-it note and share your perspective.
After a very disappointing season last year, the Staples softball team is looking to make improvements to make a statement in the FCX. Along with the upperclassmen on the team, a large number of freshmen have been added to this year's roster, hoping to make a huge impact.
What changes have you made from last season?
Changes, we actually had a better winter workout. We've gotten a lot of new kids, freshmen coming in. Probably about 14 freshmen signed up for softball this year, so that's about the biggest change we have.
With an ending season record of 6-14, is this up to the Staples standard?
Not at all. Not at all. And we plan on changing that this year. Like I said, we have a good group of girls. I expect a lot more from them this year.
What training did you do in the off-season to come back from last season?
Well, I know we had captain's practices. We also incorporated a hitting coach who was hired to work with the girls, as well as a defensive coach. So they really practiced a lot this winter. Hopefully it shows in the spring and next week.
Do you think this is a championship caliber team?
I do. I really do. I feel we had a good group of girls here, a good mix of the old and the new, and it's going to be an interesting season.
Junior Taylor Rockland had an outstanding season last year and is excited for the 2017 season to start. She believes that having a positive attitude is what the girls will need in order to succeed during the season.
Who is the hardest opponent on the schedule this year, and how will Staples defeat them?
This is a pretty tough question because we have a lot of good players in the FCAC, a lot of good pitchers. I think definitely Trumbull is a team that we want to beat, and they're an opponent that's pretty hard. They have a really good pitcher, and they also have a pretty good offense. I also think St. Joe's is going to be pretty tough because our old pitcher from last year is actually on this team now, so that's also a team we really want to beat, and they're pretty good.
So far, the team this year looks to have a promising season, but we'll just have to wait to find out if they can bring another championship back home to Staples. For Good Morning Staples, I'm Zach Gladstone.
So Alexa, do you know what the deal is with the boys hockey team?
I don't know. Luke has the story.
What happened to Staples Weston Shelton boys hockey team this year? Coming off an appearance in the state championship last season, the team lost many key players as well as undergoing a head coaching change. Going 5-14-1 and being in Division II, which is a higher league, boys hockey was just shy of making the state tournament.
What's the highlight of the season?
Highlight of the season was winning against Daniel Hand late in the year. Kind of gave us a little bit more of a chance at playoffs, keep us in the race.
What was the low point of the season?
Low point of the season was a heartbreaking loss in overtime against Trinity Catholic when we had the lead going last minute of the game. They tied it, sent it to overtime, then we lost in overtime.
What do you think was the biggest transition from this season to last season?
Definitely a new coach. It took us a little bit of time to learn the new systems, trying to get used to each other, playing different lines, different people, and all that stuff. All right?
Thank you.
With much disappointment endured by the team this season, it is officially in the past. In the off-season, players will be in the gym and on the ice, skating through captain's practices, as well as many kids participating on club teams. Next year is a promising season, as key players will be returning, as well as a veteran coaching staff. For Good Morning Staples, I'm Luke Welch.
Well, that's all we have for you this time, Staples.
We'll be back next time with another great show.
I'm Gavin.
I'm Alexa.
And for all of us,
Good morning, Staples.